let's get another one in on the set as let's have a bit of English, shall we? All right, that indicates a willingness to go into a Tarrasch. So I'm going to do a system that is recommended in multiple courses right now. Bishop e6 is a bit boo-boo. You typically, on bishop e7, want to go d takes c5 and a3. You hold back the knight on c3. This line, on the other hand, you can play knight c3 straight away. Okay, and I feel like this is just looking to lose. If he goes h6, am I supposed to go e4 here? It looks right. I mean, it's the position's opening up, and so what's better, bishop takes h7 and then queen h5, or queen h5 immediately, threatening mate and the bishop? You decide. Queen h5, bishop takes f2, rook takes f2, queen d1, king g2. Oh, he doesn't have queen d1 because my queen's on h5. Okay. Good enough. That's the threat. Not queen takes h7, but bishop takes h7. And bishop e6 puts the bishop on a square where it can be captured at some point. And typically it ruins the typical Tarrasch structure. So as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, that's all I need to know. And a lot of people have questions like, well, how do you know certain positions? It's experience. I've had certain positions so many times that you honestly get bored with playing them. And it gets a bit ridiculous when it gets to that point. So queen h7, king f8, queen h8. I think it's more accurate to do it this way now. I don't want to allow counterplay on king takes f2 with like queen d4. So if bishop g5, we run into rook f6. Bishop g5, rook f6, queen g7, king d8. Okay, yeah, that's working because I'm activating all my pieces. So I'm sacking here, the crowd pleaser. Full rook down. Looks pretty good. Nope. And different from earlier, I am 100% safe. I was probably 100% safe earlier too, but this line looked very straightforward and relatively flashy. My favorite. Don't get in a hurry to play moves like bishop takes c7. What is most accurate? If I go here first, this should cut off escape squares, so I'm threatening mate so many different ways. And it just invites everybody to the party. I probably had some mate there, but this seems so easy that I don't even need to think. Now, how do you stop bishop g6? Like knight e5. Which way should I mate? That one. Okay. So let's see what happened here in this Tarrasch gone bad. And definitely, the Tarrasch is one of my least favorite openings for black. Not because it's a bad opening, it's relatively solid, but it is one of those that's like, it's boring to play against. Only great players like Kasparov can make it look good, and there's a reason he stopped playing it when he hit Karpov, because Karpov would have torn him an absolute new one in the Tarrasch. And that says something if one of the greatest players of all time can't make it work. So after bishop c5, Lots of moves suggested by the engine here, but e4, I didn't lose much of an eval. And I fully expected rook takes, followed by castles, where at least you're getting a tempo there, but I have this. And on e5, we just go right back, and that keeps the knight out of there. Where we have a good bishop versus bad knight scenario, because the bishop's in the open position. You can even see the power of the bishop on e4. He's a freaking monster there. So after castles, didn't miss the straightforward stuff. And bishop takes h7 was more accurate. Said that earlier. That's kind of what we want. Oh, you can go queen takes f2. That's the point. Well, let's see how my line worked then. Well, it judges it at the exact same evaluation. And go figure. Yeah, I missed mate in 1, bishop g6. I was saying play bishop g6. Why did I think he could go king d7? Hallucination. But rook d1, I guess, is just mean. He thought I was being mean. Checkmate is now... They should highlight and bold that. Checkmate is now unavoidable. The pain, the pain, the pain. So yeah, I don't ever study checkmates, honestly. Because if you got checkmate in 1, you should have checkmate in 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Some tactics I don't find very useful. So that'll do it for punishing the bishop e6 Tarrasch.